Finally awake, huh? Have a seat. Go on, before you keel over. Anthony, the medic. He said you're a falls risk, and I don't want your blood all over my cabin. The crew is plenty tired of scrubbing blood out of the floorboards already. Oh, relax, I won't do anything to you. You seem perfectly capable of hurting yourself as it is. You see the dilemma I have on my hands, don't you? My crew stumbles across a stranger adrift in the open ocean. They're clinging on to a piece of driftwood, unconscious, suffering from heat stroke and dehydration. So, we bring them aboard, and for some reason they look familiar. Maybe not to the rest of the crew, but to a keen observer who could see past the bruises and the wear, and, your general sorry state, you bear a striking resemblance to a certain missing noble. You get what I'm hinting at? You know, your family says that you were kidnapped. They're willing to pay quite the reward to whoever can bring you back alive. But there is a flaw in this. See, any kidnapper would have demanded a ransom by now, and your family would have happily paid it. This is the sort of thing that they would do to keep things under wrap. But once there started rumors of a marriage alliance between your family and another family of high standing began to circulate, I pieced it together. So, what do you think? How much older is your fiancé? 30? Maybe 40 years? I reckon they're powerful, but by no means well liked too. And you? Showing up now, it confirms my suspicions. You must have ran away. Look, don't waste your breath trying to deny its sweetness. You can put on this commoner's clothes, but you can't hide what you truly are. Look, just be quiet and listen to me. Do you know how much the reward is? 7,000 gold coins. That could buy me a whole new ship. Tell me truly, do you think you're worth a ship this size? Perhaps more. I bet your fiancé and parents would throw some more coin in there for me to keep. If I was, to keep my mouth shut about this whole secret and how you ran away on your own volition. Nah, let me finish. See, not only are you lucky that my men didn't kill you on sight, but because I'm smart enough to know when I'm presented with a good investment. You don't want to go back home to your, quite frankly, ancient fiancé, and you're more used to me if you aren't locked up inside the walls of your family estate. You see, you are their only heir. They're dependent on you, whether they like it or not. And now, while you're still young, while you still have no control over your own life, they want you to marry this fiancé so you can produce another heir of theirs, one that would be much easier to control. They care more about power than they care about you. Am I wrong? Look me in the eyes and tell me that I'm wrong. No, I think I'm different. Yes, I do care about power, and I'll use you to get it. But unlike them, I'm not gonna lie to you about it. I won't pretend like I care about you to manipulate you into doing what I want. I'm going to get my way because I have something that you need. protection. Hear me out. You see, with such a big reward, you're not safe in any town in this hemisphere. If I were to let you go in Port Barrel, there would probably be a dozen bounty hunters on your tail along with a local law enforcement or something along those lines the moment you step off the ship. So, I have a proposal. One that could possibly benefit the both of us. You'll have my protection, and I will have your power. Keep a foot in my world, and I keep a foot in yours. And with that, we'll get what we both want. Well, you are seeking refuge, yes? And I am seeking to strengthen my alliances, as well as forge new ones. Pillaging merchant vessels is all well and good, but we aren't turning enough of a profit. It isn't sustainable, and my crew is growing restless. I've climbed the ranks as much as I could, and now I have 40 men under my command aboard this war vessel. But I can only do so much with that. The other people of significant standing in my field, they just can't be trusted. They don't fear anything. Unless I make a lateral jump. There's so much more potential there. With you. Your people. They want what only I can provide. Look, protest all you like, Your Grace, but tell me, what's to keep me from turning you over to your parents and just claiming the reward money for me and my crew? If my people knew who you were, if they knew what I knew, they'd commandeer the ship and pawn you off to the highest bidder. Look, you'll have to forget your rigid moral code if you don't want to go back. And let me remind you of what awaits you back at home. Uh-huh. An aging fiancé with a poor reputation. Family members who will pull your strings like some puppet. And all the freedom of a pretty little bird in a pretty little cage. Come on, sweetness. Help me, and I'll help you. What I want you to do is easy, really. Though, I'll need you to keep an open mind. Well, by the laws of your country, you can only have one spouse. So a surefire way to guarantee that you're safe from your fiancé is to marry someone else. Listen to me. I need the backing of your good name to expand my enterprise. Unfortunately, those who know me only know of the reputation I formed in my youth, when I was reckless and far more bloodthirsty. No one wants to work with an unpredictable and rather treacherous man like me. But you? Everyone knows how much power your family holds. I'm sure you've experienced firsthand all the people trying to dip their sticky little paws into your family's pockets. But, see, I'm not after your money. I'm after your name. See, this is my problem. No one trusts me. At least, not as I am now. And I'm tired of making up for it with threats and violence. It's gotten old. I'm sick of it. And the crew is just keeps getting more and more restless too. So, look. You need protection. And I can give you that. I know you don't trust me, and I can't blame you for not trusting me. But what other choice do you have? It's either I hand you over to your family, or you accept my proposal. You look horrified. Don't worry, sweetness. It would be in name only. I don't give a damn about producing a hair or something like that. Like pirates don't give a damn about bloodlines. I don't even need you to do anything other than sign a piece of paper in front of my first mate. After that, you can do as you please, so long as you stay close enough for me to keep you out of trouble. Word will reach your parents, and they won't have to worry about, you being married off to their fiancé. Because, well, that's for me to worry about. Not to mention, divorce is quite illegal where you come from, so that might be a bit difficult. As for me, I'll be forging connections, networking, expanding my reach. See, I need you to get into the pockets of the noble class, because they're the ones who control the trade routes. Smuggling is a lucrative business, but only if you have the right clients. Oh, don't give me that. Don't act like I'm the one ripping you away from your old life when you chose to run away. I'm just here to provide you with a great opportunity. There isn't much to think about. The right choice is obvious. That being said, if you'd rather go back home, then I suppose I'll let you go. As much faith as you lost in your family, and now you're also hesitant to trust me. I won't force your hand. Either way, I have something to gain from both. But you? You have everything to lose if you go back to your family. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for a year. That's what I need to expand my business. After that, we can forget about the marriage. Burn the certificate even. You can take your family's riches and start over somewhere new. And in the meantime, like I said, I promise that I will protect you from your family and anyone else who might try to take advantage of you. Sweetness, I'm not taking advantage of you. I'm taking advantage of the situation. We both have something the other person wants, which in fact makes this a deal, a partnership. Look me in the eyes and tell me you'd rather be married to that corpse you call your fiancé, forced to have a child with them, nothing more than a pawn in your family's game than, marry me. At least with me, you get to have choices. And I don't want your children. I'm not asking you to give a damn about me either, let alone spend the rest of your life with me. I'm not asking you to do anything other than sign a piece of paper. And take me to the next dinner party you're invited to. That's it. Well, yes. It would involve you going back home. But with us married, you'd have nothing to fear. Your parents and your fiancé won't be able to do a thing. They'll have no choice but to work with us. We can promise them an heir, and by the time they find out that they won't be getting one, you'll be relaxing in some cottage on the beach, an ocean away. It won't be like it was. With me backing you up, they can't push you around. You may be stuck with me, but in a sense, I am giving you your freedom back. More than they could ever give you anyways. Forgive me, sweetness. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? You're right. I do have this all backwards. Proposing marriage when you don't even know my name. I knew yours, so I suppose I forgot to introduce myself. How about this? If you say yes, I'll tell you. It'll only seem right, considering how I'll be your husband. Just say yes, sweetness. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. It's Captain Harcel. To the crew, anyway. But, seeing as you'll be my equal, you can call me David. Does the name ring any bells? Yeah, I thought not. Keeping to myself lately, waiting for the right moment to pop up again. Anyway, we have plenty of time to sort out the details. I'm sure the crew will want to celebrate. I hope you don't mind bad singing and questionable speeches. I'd say we get it over and done with right now, but it looks like you'll need some time to wrap your head around your predicament. Here. Maybe this'll help. It's whiskey, not the watered down ale that the crew drinks. Come on. You're one of us now. It might help if you act like it. Now, how about I take you back to the infirmary? 'Cause you look exhausted. And I'm sure you need some time to process this. I need you back in good health, as soon as possible. It would be tragic if you passed out during the ceremony. Hmm? Oh yes, the crew will be expecting a ceremony. They take weddings very seriously. You've only seen their bloodthirsty side, but they're actually just a bunch of romantics. They're gonna be disappointed when they find out that we're gonna be married in name only. Here we are. Yeah, lie down. Our medic is probably grumpy that I ordered you to be brought to my quarters. It's best we try to appease him, considering he does so much to keep us alive. Hmm? What? You're looking at me as if I'm some monster. I'll admit, I'm doing this for selfish reasons, but doesn't it benefit you too? It's not as if I'm keeping you prisoner. I can take you back home, present your parents with our marriage certificate, and you'll have more freedom than you've ever had before. They'll have no legal power over you anymore, since the laws of your country dictate that you would be part of my household instead of theirs. The only repercussions of our union would be the rift it'll cause between you and your family. Potentially your fiance's family too. But, well, it's not that that wasn't there already, was it? What's more important to you? Their approval or your freedom? Really? What do you have to fear? I get nothing out of hurting you or killing you or going back on my word. I suppose I could get a decent amount of money, but it's nothing in comparison to what you and I will be able to do. The crew will be all for it too, when they realize the money I make. The more money I make the more money they make. And you won't have to obey every single rule of high society. Not while you're on the ship. It's exhausting, isn't it? Always tiptoeing about, your days and about different subjects, watching your words, your actions. It must make for a paranoid bunch of people, having to abide by all those rules and regulations. But here, you're free. The ocean may be unforgiving, but she only asks for respect. Well, after we get married, we'll have to show our faces and spread the word. It isn't a great idea to go back to your hometown yet, but the capital might be a good idea. Attend a few parties here and there, show me off to your noble friends, get the rumor mill turning. We'll tell them I'm a powerful privateer, and eventually the ants will come crawling out of the woodworks. Barons who want their illegal shipments delivered discreetly, diplomats who need protection while crossing the high seas, and your parents? They won't be able to touch us. If they try breaking us apart, well, that would only cause more of a scandal. They would have no choice but to just go along with it. Unless they want some damage. Well, you're almost hiding it. How scared you are. But what's the worst that they could do to you? They can't do anything. Not when you're under my protection. And me? You don't have to be scared of me. I'd only ever have to hurt you if you tried to betray me. And I'm cautiously optimistic that you won't be foolish enough to do that. Well, look. I didn't expect you to be enthusiastic. I mean, of course. But I didn't realize how much it would bother me to see you this uneasy. Here. Let me make you a promise. No. Not even a promise. Not even a deal. Not anything that requires anything from you. Let me make you an oath. Where is it? Here. This ring. It used to belong to an old friend. I promised I would always look out for him. That I would be loyal to him. We were brothers. Not by blood, but by choice. He's gone now. Though it was no one's fault, really. He was sick. There was no revenge to be had, unfortunately. Lord knows I would have burned the whole world for him. Heck, I already killed to protect him. And he did the same for me. We were loyal to a fault. I chose him to be my family. And I'm doing the same now. With this oath, I promise to do everything I can to protect you. To respect you. To treat you as my equal. And I promise to trust you. I wouldn't be able to do any of this if I didn't think that I could trust you. So, here. Take this ring as a symbol of that promise. Yeah. It's quite big, isn't it? Well, take my necklace too. You can wear the ring on the chain. May I? There. It looks good on you. We can shop for a wedding ring that fits when we reach port. I hope you aren't counting on an extravagant wedding, by the way. I'll put on my nice coat if it helps. I'm afraid you'll be stuck in those hand-me-downs. The seawater ruined your clothes, but soon enough we'll be able to replace your whole wardrobe. You don't need to be scared of me. I don't want you to be scared of me. I'm a little sick of people being scared of me. Of watching them make fools of themselves. But you were brave enough to leave home. So I think you have the bravery to put up with me, sweetness. You don't have to be worried about that. Like I said, it would be in name only. No wedding night activities, okay? Or are you disappointed by that? Oh, don't be so mortified, sweetness. I was only joking. Part of you is relieved, isn't it? That you don't have to keep running. What was your plan, anyways? Hmm. You didn't have one, did you? Well, not that it matters now. Because now, you're safe. You don't have to run. And listen, if it truly is that bad, then feel free to just desert me once I've forged a better reputation for myself. Maybe get married for real, have children, have a normal life. But I have a feeling that you don't want normal. That you'd rather risk it with me than return to your old life. There's nothing for you back home. And, truth be told, I think you would have run away even without the forced marriage bit. Coincidence? Fate? It doesn't matter. I think we're both lucky that you decided to run away. That I found you. Well, I think I've rambled on for long enough. You really do need to rest now. I won't keep you any longer, lest Anthony berate me for interrupting your healing process. Just rest. Let all of this settle in. I'll make sure someone brings you dinner in a little while. Okay? Yeah. Sweetness. Everything will be alright. I promise.